Welcome to the American Dream.
The American Dream.
You're watching The American Dream?
The American Dream.
Showing you the real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
Let's get this party started right now.
Let's go do this.
It is heating up once again.
We're the Davids going up against the Goliath. Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts.
The staple of the neighborhood. Can't wait to present it to you.
It's all about lifestyle.
In your community.
That's what this show, The American Dream, is all about. Cheers to your American Dream.
Today we're stepping back in time to explore one of the most fascinating and iconic landmarks right here in Kalamazoo, Henderson Castle. Welcome to another episode of The American Dream, Selling Kalamazoo. I'm Kerry Keefer Fischer. This breathtaking mansion isn't just a home, it's a piece of history, a luxurious inn, and some even say it's haunted. Intrigued? Well, today we're going to meet the infamous owner of this castle and a ghostbuster who has had some history here. Let's go inside and take a look. I'm here with Dan Holroyd, a paranormal expert who's investigated Henderson Castle for 20 years now. Thank you for joining us. So tell me, what makes Henderson Castle such a hot spot for paranormal activity?
Well, I think there's two things. First, it's historic, which doesn't really automatically make it a haunted place. But Frank was a unique individual, as was his wife and family. That'd be the first part. I think that the love and everything they poured into the home has a big impact on that. And across the street, there's a graveyard. I don't know how more paranormal I guess you could be.
What do you typically do when you come on site? What does a ghostbuster do?
Well, I mean, the first thing we had to do was sit down with the previous owner, and they wanted to know why, why, what, when, and where. Obviously, this is where. What we normally do is come in with our crew. We set up cameras, infrared cameras. That seemed to be the thing in the day. We have very little evidence on those, but we do catch some stuff. And we divide up into groups. And once we've done all that, we try to contain the site or the house as best we can. And we just start off. We might have 2 people upstairs, 2 people down. And then we work and we try to crisscross, trying not to contaminate each other's work. And we have to be very quiet while we're doing this. And we don't always do it at night. But we're following an example from Great Britain that happened well over 80 plus years ago, probably more. And it was the grandfather of paranormal investigating and the routine of what you do. And we're just following the same example, but with better equipment and newer things to use.
Well, thank you for sharing. And I can smell something amazing. So let's go see what Francois has prepared for us. So Francois, owning a castle is not a typical real estate investment. What drew you to Henderson Castle?
Well, like I always say, people ask me this question all the time, and I did not find the castle found me.
So I'm sure you have some favorite spaces in the castle. Why don't we explore?
Oui. So this is the private dining room here, the room that Frank and Mary built the castle in 1895, was using for them private dining room. The room we were staying earlier, which is now our dining room, was at the time the parlor of the castle, where they were socializing, having tea, and meeting people. You come to my full kingdom, the kitchen. I'm a French master chef and naturopath, and that's still my love. 45 years later, I love to cook, I love to create. And when I started here in 2011, that was my kitchen, and I was cooking on the stove.
This is where you started?
That started, yeah. And now we have a beautiful commercial kitchen in the basement. So this is the bar, but when I take over the castle in 2011, that was a bedroom called the library. And because back in the day, there was a library from Frank Henderson. My dear friend Fred Royce used that as a lawyer, has a law firm office. And when we move along with the creation of the restaurant, the city wanted me to have the best room accessible for handicap. So we turned that into the bar, which makes more sense to the activity of the castle. So we built the bar here the best we can to make it more convenient. And here we are now in this true underground wine cave like we do have in Bordeaux, France. Matter of fact, it's limestone. So we built that, it was about 4 months construction. We make it like super safe and super, it's nuclear proof. And you have like huge column below that supporting everything. And we're about 5 foot underground, so the room temperature is always the same year round. So we can edge the wine, for the wine, So we have 2 labels, the Henderson Castle wine, and then we just get the new label, the Chateau Henderson, the French way, This is us. So this is the Victorian room. And at the time, this room was one of the children of Frank and Mary. It was a door here back in the day. Then we removed to use for upstairs development of the bedroom. And so this room also has a beautiful marble floor, heated marble floor, making it very comfortable for the winter. And here we are, dominating the entire Kalamazoo Valley. We have beautiful downtown over there. And as you can see, everything is now almost green. You can see a great view here from the entire estate. We have about 4 acres of land with the vineyard, the orchard, the carriage house, and the wedding ground over there. We do a lot of wedding.
Beautiful. Well, Henderson Castle is certainly a gem in Kalamazoo. Thank you so much, Francois, for having us.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was a pleasure to have you there, and I wish you soon again.
Thank you. Whether you've come for a gourmet meal, a romantic getaway, or even a ghostly tour, there's something for everyone. Thank you for joining me on The American Dream, Selling Kalamazoo. Until next time, keep dreaming and keep exploring.